All right, and we should be live. Now, it's not going to be an awful long stream today, but I will stream as long as I can. It's just I have plans later today, so we will keep it sort of short and neat and focused, if that makes sense. As far as all the other things, we have hey Void, it's been a while. How are you, man? As far as this, if I remember correctly, some of the machines messed up down there. That's good, man. We have been working on a very large project here, as you might gather from this here, but I mean, you just finished your final exam? Well, damn, dude. Did it go alright? Or did you manage alright? Hey Draco, welcome. It's also been a little while since you were in here last. Nice seeing you, man. I should probably empty out some of my inventory here. Actually, rather than go down there and try to fix it with no inventory slots. I am happy to hear that, man. What was your final exam? What subject? And how have you been, Draco? Everything good? So I definitely want to get rid of some of this. Well, actually all of this. That should be fine. If we find something we want other than that, we will simply just grab it. Oh, we're also kind of out of the night vision potions, it seems. Okay, so let's go fix that. Let's go fix that first. Science, and your summer holidays just started. Damn, dude. Summer is such a great time of year, isn't it? And hey, gaming guy. Sorry I noticed so late. I don't have Twitch up, but I do now. How are you, man? Summer is great. The weather in Denmark also just became a lot better today than it has been like the last couple of days. All right, Draco. See you later. Have a wonderful day. Yeah. Let's fill this up. Because we desperately want a little bit of night vision in the general area here. Oh, but we are running out of blaze powder, so I'll have to deal with that soonish. And I think we might have to grab some more carrots too. Hey Kiwi, welcome. As I said on the Discord, it's gonna be sort of a short stream today, but that's just how it's gotta be right now. So we'll try and work focused and everything to make sure that all of this is as it's supposed to be. Whee! Your birthday was yesterday? Hey, happy birthday, man. Or belated happy birthday. Do you have a wonderful day? Hey, Julie, welcome. Alright, so we're down here. I should have inventory space enough, and that was those carrots I forgot all about. What do you do for your well, it was exams. Alright, well, I guess that kind of sucks, but other than that, did you have an alright day? Now we are in need of a few emeralds. Ow. Hello, sir. Would you mind selling me some carrots? Thank you. Hello, sir. Would you mind selling me some more carrots? Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Would you mind selling me some new carrots? Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Do you have a couple carrots I could buy? Thank you, sir. Alright, so now we have the carrots. Alright, yeah. I get that. My birth date has always been after any exams I've had to take, so... like, that's a benefit that I've been having, but, I mean... hold on, there we go. Yes, and we don't quite need this many on us, I think. I think it's alright to just keep, like, 3. There we go. And we'll go and drink one right away. Alright, so now I gotta figure out which ones of these were the broken ones. Because I vaguely remember something about some of them breaking last time. Yeah, there they are. Hey Jesse, welcome. Oh no, 45C? Hell no, dude. Hell nah. Like, I think that would kill off most of the Danish population. At least it would kill off me. Like... that's rough. Like, that's a type of temperature that I can't handle. For sure. Alright, so let's deal with all of this here. Okay, good stuff. And so we continue. I don't know, man. Like, I come from a country where we consider, like, 25 pretty warm. Oh, and you got your GPO? You, gaming guy? Nice, dude. Gaming guy can attest to this. He's also Danish. We pretty much start complaining the second it gets, like, 23 degrees. People will start saying it's too warm. Which, I personally, I would also say that, like, anything above 22, and it's kind of too hot for me to go for a run. Like, that's how I measure my heat. Can I go for a run without the risk of having a stroke? If the answer is no, then it's too hot. I'm not sure it's a good measurement, but it is for sure my measurement. Yeah, 22 Celsius. Nah, that's a decent summer day in Denmark, at least. Like, if you're thinking about Fahrenheit, then it's then it's pretty darn cold. But what is it in Fahrenheit even? Celsius to Fahrenheit. So if it's 22, that would be 71 Fahrenheit. Hey, Diamond Boy, welcome. Have you installed the GPU yet, gaming guy? And to be honest, like I made a mistake when I moved into this my apartment here, because as I've previously mentioned, like I have the top apartment in my apartment complex. It's basically a penthouse, right? And I have these great, really nice windows and this beautiful view over the ocean, which is, mwah, I absolutely love it, right? But when I moved in, it had a carpet, and I was like, "Hey, landlord, if I wanted like some different kind of flooring, would you allow that?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And I saw this beautiful black wood floor, and I was like, "I am going to get that. That's gonna look absolutely gorgeous in my apartment," which it does. It does, granted, it really does. But what I had not anticipated was great big windows and black flooring turns my home into an actual sauna. Ow. Like in a matter of minutes, when it's like whatever temperature it is outside, it's that plus 10 degrees or 10 Celsius at the very minimum. Seriously, guys? I'm just trying to work here. Oh, but more diamonds. Neat. So, like, at my place, it is like a constant temperature of just death in the summer now. And I must admit, I sort of regret keeping or getting the black floor now. But it looks so good. It's sort of the same thing with Minecraft a lot of the times, where I'm like, right now, for an example, I'm sort of regretting embarking on the challenge of like making the Kraken, right? I'm sort of like, ah, man, I wish I hadn't like gone all overboard and made the build look so cool. But oh, hello. But the build looks so cool, so I can't stop myself now. And it's sort of the same feeling I have with my floor, I suppose, where I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but it looks so cool. And so I've just been caught in a web of my own foolish decisions. So disarm all of these first, then we're gonna move them up. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's just grab that and throw it over into this corner. Perfect. Hey, Ara, welcome. Oh no, a child. Where is it? Oh, there. So I remove this first. That's important because when we move it up, I don't want it moving instantly. And then we simply start removing these machines so we can push them up until they're at where they're supposed. Wait, is there a world where this is the... Oh my god, a child wearing protection. Damn, okay, that child had parents. Look at him. I'm breaking free. Fire protection and thorns. Those were some good parents, not gonna lie. Those were some pretty decent parents. I know, Lindy. Doop. 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 Ah, nope, 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 nope. It's supposed to face this way. Spooter, if we... do you absolutely have to? Like, I am just trying to mind my own business here. Let's also drink a night vision potion so I can see what's going on. Your profile picture is a cat? Yes, I have noticed. I have noticed. Oh, that looks like punch on that bow. That's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Okay. So... wall... bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. That doesn't feel right. Because it isn't. Sir! Please! That looks much better. Away with the string and nice. We don't need those. Oh my god. Get rid of that stuff too. There we go. Much better. Next step is to get that in here. So maybe it would be nice kind of having some of these. Is it possible to find a baby drowned? I feel like I've seen them, but don't hold me up to that statement, because I might not have. I'm not sure whether they can occur naturally, at least. Like, I'm sure I've seen one, but that might just be a baby zombie that's drowned at some point. You know? So it's sort of difficult for me to say whether or not they are indeed a thing. Move this up here, put that there, break that, break that, break this guy's back, move that forward, boom. Brain, can it keep up? I don't know. I guess we will see whether or not it can keep up with my own creation. Perfect. Boom. Then we place that there. Okay, so I think if I were to drop this here, no, okay. I was hoping that was going to work. What if I do this? That didn't work. Okay. Yep. Well done, me. Okay, let's try that. Alright, it was missing a the rails and stuff. Actually, we're gonna need a couple of things to fix that. I do not speak Arabic. Any tips for building? I suppose. So let's go build something real quick here. So, like, if we're just talking regular houses, right? And we're gonna go with a pretty, Nah, I actually don't want to be using concrete for it. Let's go for, what is it called? Terracotta. There we go. Alright, so let's say that we make an outline. Right. Like that we have our house, the house that we want. Let's just count something out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, I always usually make this line in my head when I make a house. Boom, 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 boom. One, two, three. I try to keep. I usually do uneven numbers always. When I make a house. Let's actually, it's probably a good idea to demonstrate something first. And we're gonna do that on a much smaller scale. And we're just gonna do it with oak, trapdoors, and stone. Leaves. Stairs. Alright, first I want to demonstrate something. When making a house, you have to consider something, right? And this is just for the facade, right? You have to consider whether or not you're going to make it a dent. So whether or not you're going to indent it. So you can do that either by doing this. Then this is the facade, and then you have the second blocks on the inside, right? However, when you're doing that, for example, on this, like if you're saying that's one of your facades for your house, all right, see you later, Void, and welcome, Pickle. It's been a while. We have like there's an issue with this, which is that you suddenly have to account for the second, or for it being 2 blocks on the inside. Which I personally try and avoid this. While it looks great and you can bring a lot more detail into your build by doing this. For example, you could change out some of the stuff in here to walls to even add more depth to it, but then you have to do a 3rd layer. Or you can change the entire thing out for walls. But I like to build with a twist of realism into it. And I never see walls that are 2 meters thick. So I tend to try and keep it as absolutely tight as possible. I may sometimes do that, but then I pair it up with trapdoors, since I can sort of use that on the inside anyway. Again, we're not going deep into the detail. Then we achieve the same sort of depth, but without having a 2 meter 2 meter. Wait, hold on. You get the depth without having the additional 1 meter block on the back door. So that's one way you can do it. You can also do an exterior, instead of denting in, you can extend it outwards. So let's just do that. So here you have your wall. This is what I tend to do, because then you use your roof as a as the dent outwards. Do I really? Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna do like a simple roof. Nothing fancy on the roof. Right. Then you're dented out here on the roof, which is always like kind of a cool thing to do. Looks sort of odd, but then you can sort of do all the decor on the outside, and that's sort of where fences, at least a lot of people use fence to some degree when building this sort of thing, and then they get in there with the lanterns and the trapdoors and make outside beds, flower beds. Sometimes you see that they do some more trapdoor action in regards to maybe some sort of shelving on the outside, flower pot. And sort of make that sort of exterior instead of that sort of exterior. But you can also, like, my opinion about this is you can't use stone for it then, but you can still use the walls. Because then you still have a little bit of a dent, which I kind of like. Well, that's just how the game works, Julie. Like this isn't like particularly nice. That was just like a super quick thing about it. But you do have to consider when you're going about it with the now if I were to do that properly, I'd probably do something like this. Right. When you do something like that, you end up with something that is way thicker on the backside, which is always going to look super weird and take away what you have on the inside. Now, if we're working with the base structure here, I personally like to go line by line. I usually use stripped spruce, but and I usually always go up by 3 here, right, on the corners. And that is mostly, or I usually start out like this because I know that helps me visualize. Even though I tend to actually go up to 5 on the builds in my world, so I could probably just go straight to 5. But it's sort of like when I think of it, again, it really depends on the building style that you want to use for your build. This helps me visualize anything medieval. Where's my block palette? Oh, wait, / day, time, day, set, day. If I'm thinking block palette, I usually just go off whatever I'm building with. So let's say I want to make something that works with spruce, right? Spruce is a there are a couple of different factors you have to think in when you're thinking about choosing a color for a build or the block palette. One is the intensity. Did we lose a couple of subscribers? Oh well. What's up, gaming guy? Oh, sorry. I completely. Wait, give me a second. I minimized the Twitch chat. You can run. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna give a gaming guy. That's so nice, dude. When you can finally like run games on some good settings. But when working with colors, usually what you want to do is match intensity, contrast, and yeah, we actually reached 600 subs a couple of times. But you usually want to try and match intensity with contrast and luminosity, right? Those are some big words, right? But those are the three factors you work with, and I think they're very easy to look at in there we go, with when you're working with concrete, right? Because they are very easy, right? We have the three main colors: yellow, red, and blue. For those of you who are colorblind, sucks to suck. Concrete has a high intensity, and it has a high concrete when using it together. So usually, intensity is meant like brown concrete, right? We can all agree that spruce is kind of brown, but it's not brown compared to the intensity of concrete. Well, we'll get there eventually, Pickle. It's not very brown compared to the intensity of concrete, which is a lot more brown than that. So, for example, we can't really combine concrete with spruce wood. However, we might be able to. Hold on. Use terracotta with the concrete instead, because it's a lot less intense than the clean concrete. However, you also want to be using either colors that complement the colors, so you probably don't want to be using red and blue, but you could be using yellow and red in one build. If you want to go for a complement. If you want them to contrast, you could, for an example, go stairs, planks. It might actually. We're gonna take it to the extreme where it doesn't look good, but where do we have them? There we go. Where it doesn't look particularly good, but it's an extreme nonetheless with contrast, right? So you can set a high contrast by simply adding in a trim to your build. And we're gonna go with an exaggerated roof just because, I mean, I kind of love those, which you might have noticed by now, or I think you should have noticed at least by now. That I have a tendency to do slab. Right, you can go with an intense rim on the roof, which some people like and some people hate. But it is, well, up to the individual. Well, we're actually not going to run that there. By simply adding in a stark contrast to it. you can go something that really springs to life. Again, this is an extreme case, and I would never use dark oak and birch and the birch together. It's simply too much of a contrast. But you could transform that. Let's just go all the way up so I can show it properly. But you can choose something that is less contrasting, like spruce and birch. Spruce and sorry, it's not spruce and birch. Spruce and oh, that lets me out. Spruce and oak wood usually runs all right together. But at first, we're just going to complete this part here, which, again, this is not to look good, but simply to demonstrate a point of contrast. Before anyone starts commenting that this looks terrible, because I definitely know. I do see a lot of people use the stark contrast. It's just not really my building style, at least. Right, so you can do that, which I personally don't really like. Replace near birch 50 birch stairs with oak stairs. Right, of course that wouldn't work. Fine. Stair. Fine. Fine. We do it this way then, I suppose. Stair. It's quite easy to just replace the outside of this, just for the kicks and giggles, and then we go replace 50 birch planks with oak planks, and we go dark oak planks with spruce planks. Like, that contrast works a lot better, and that is, oh yeah. Like it's just the it's just a presentation of like contrast versus contrast and intensity. There's multiple reasons why the dark, why dark oak and is that still birch? While dark oak and birch don't work together. First of all, it's two different kinds of intensity. Actually, we're gonna place it over here since I don't have to look at the Kraken then. So there are two complete different intensities. This one is pretty intense on the brown, while this is pretty saturated, right? So you have two different intensities. There we go. While spruce and spruce and oak share more or less the same color grade of intensity. So that's why that works and this doesn't, right? because like it's not like black and white, for example, doesn't work together. You just need to make sure that the intensity, like you can make things contrast quite a bit, but let's actually go with the white concrete and the black concrete. You can actually make things contrast quite a bit without making it look awful. Without making it look awful. That looks completely fine, whereas this would look pretty darn awful, right? Because the intensity of those are just too different. Like, these are two different intensities that also contrast, where this is just the same sort of intensity, but they have say they contrast, but it's the same sort of intensity, so it's all right for those two to be put together. So, like when choosing your color palette, it's important that you think about how intensely it resembles a color, so that like the dark oak is very, very brown, whereas the birch here is going for white, but it's not quite. Well, still confusing. All right. So think of birchwood is supposed to be the white kind of wood right now, right? It's gonna change when we get pale. But it's supposed to be white. Oh, no. Dark and light colors work just fine. Can I build something where I make that work? Sure, I can. That might be easier if we go with the sandstone route. So if I were to build sort of a pyramid, right? Where we grade it a little bit. I want to make it a little bit bigger. You can easily go with dark colors to resemble something very, very specific. You could even go as far as to use the blackstone on the back of this, but not that I personally necessarily would. You would still have to grade this out a little bit, but you can most certainly use contrasting colors. Like very light ones and very dark ones. They just have to have the same intensity, right? So they need to strongly resemble a specific, if one color, for example, the black is strongly resembling black, right? It needs to have an equally as strong white or light. But if you're using one that is strongly resembling brown and sort of resembling white / yellow, you can't quite decide what this is supposed to resemble, then these two don't work together. Even though they contrast, which is fine, you can use blocks that contrast a lot, they need to have the same intensity. Oh yes, for sure, man. Have a wonderful day. They need to have sort of the same intensity. Now, as for building in itself, I like to use uneven numbers, so that means we have a 9 or a 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 between here, and here we have a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is alright, because especially on the ends, because I can usually go with a single even surface, which is alright. But mainly because I have a center, or mainly because I can make a center to my build, which is why I usually opt to use uneven numbers. However, some of the more fun things, I think, when working with uneven numbers is that you have the option to offset things for both for symmetry, but you can either choose to go with symmetry or you can choose to go all in on some much rougher terrain. Wait, hold on. Let's try and use sandstone here actually, because it's an alright intensity for it. And it has a wall variant. Most of the time you can sort of pick out and choose from the intensity of the same block. So if you know you have white, you can go that way. Which I don't usually use much sandstone in my builds, but again, just to emphasize on the contrast versus intensity. And there's also the texture version, so we could, just because this is some of the things I have that resemble stone the most. Like, there are all sorts of walls you could be using for your things. However, as of late, I've seen a lot of people incorporate diorite in their builds, and I have also used that in my fishing part of my village, which I think I pulled off with some success. However, I used it very sparingly. Who is the best builder in my opinion? Sorry, gaming guy, I didn't spot that. It is yellow, red, blue, because if you mix blue and yellow, you get green. The three primary colors are yellow, red, and blue. Green is not a primary color. That was sort of what I was trying to show over here. These are the three primary colors that everything works on. Yeah, I know. I'm ashamed about it too. I only spotted it out now. A pink roof. Well, if we're working with a pink roof, we have to figure out what the pink blocks are. Jeez, that's not particularly convincing. We could probably pull those together. That's too pink, too intense. Maybe some purple? Purple into pink. But I think that's about... Oh, well, amethysts? That's probably too intense. Coral blocks would be nice, but we can't use those. Ah, yeah, cherry wood, I guess. So we do that there. Well, actually, hold on. And let's get some planks in there too. Then I would usually go a heat temperature that looks... It feels more like this. Ah, wait, was that... Heavy dislike. I thought that was wool. Wool! And usually you'd have something that caps it off, but now this is the easy way to do it and the way I usually do it, which is simply just like the quick mash together. There are better ways to do this by a lot. Like if I'm really into what I'm doing, I usually try and grade it upwards. And I'm not a particularly big fan of pink, so I'm not going to be spending too much time on this. But that's one way of doing it. Now, I'm not particularly happy with this color grading, because I don't really think it works too much. I don't think we have quite enough pink colors, and again, we have an issue with the intensity in this. But if we were to use red, as I've done so many times before in my actual hardcore world, we have some very wonderful blocks for it, which it might be easier just to show you. Because red has some very nice like color variations to it, and therefore it's easier to like blend that together, like over here. Or the blue. We also have a lot more blue variation colors. I actually have used both techniques of like color grading on roofs in this world. We have the randomized versions, mostly over the village here. I prefer the red and the blue. But like we have the sporadic red and yellow, red and blue here, but we also have a second method of doing roofing, which is over here. Where the intensity slowly dies down as you go further up, and then into the like where you slowly turn up the intensity. So you start at the very most intense you have, which is red terracotta, going into red wool, going into the mangrove, going into like even something that's even less intense, and up and intense again to the roof. Like that makes the roof feel a little bit more alive, I think, most of the time. But it also requires a little bit more thought to process when you're doing that sort of thing. As far as shape on roofs, like I like the extreme roofs. I know a lot of people don't necessarily agree with that approach, but I think that's a very good way of like, this is a good example of an extreme roof. Alright, Julie, have a wonderful day, and wish also a happy vacation, yeah? Say hi from me. That roof over there is one of the more extreme cases where we have, it'll be back to the 17th of June. Alright. That's also the day my channel turns no, that was July, never mind. But this is probably one of the most, if not the most intense roof I have in my world. Where we both have intense height to it, but we also have a depth into the middle. The roof over here is the most sloped and the one I put the most attention to actually like doing the right way over what I did with so many others. Also, when using this sort of technique on the roof, you need to make sure that you match the height of it, right? So for example, if this ends on a soft, if this is a soft on that layer over here, this also needs to be a soft. And then you can like turn up the intensity going up if this were supposed to be higher. But you can then see over here, we start like I should probably have started with this at the bottom and then made it more intense as we went up, but like we're sort of working with the same intensity levels all the way through. I usually make those roofs just because they're a little, like they're a lot easier sort of to visualize and just make off hip. I don't really have to prep much for it. And they contrast a lot more in snow and white environments. Well, I guess I can't push this a lot further, can I? Hey, Pac-Man, welcome. Right. So we're gonna need some pistons. 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 Only really one, so that's fine. Get rid of that. We don't want the rotten flesh on us. School finished? Nice, dude. Does that mean vacation for the next X amount of months? I guess so, doesn't it? Oh, would you look at that guy. Coming at me with a sword. What a brave soul. Oh, hello. Potatoes. I appreciate it, sir, but I don't really need it. Why do I only have one rail? Alright, the only one I actually... Oh, wait, did this just move up? Yeah, it did, didn't it? Break that. Sir. No. Okay, fix that inventory. There you go. There. Move this. Oh, you took a shower and made some tea? That's nice, dude. Tea's so good. Like, do you make tea the proper way, or just like the... Like, no shame if you say the latter, but like... a tea bag and some leaves. Or in some hot boiled water. Or do you make tea like the proper way in a kettle and... we do all of that? Why do I feel like I hear something chasing me? Oh. I'm sure that's not the case. There's no way anything is gonna be chasing me, surely. Right? What would possibly have to get the idea to chase me? Okay, so that's in order. I can place that there because it's not sticky piston. Ow. You don't make normal tea? Alright, well, I mean, good on you. Really? Oh, he died from the thorns. Wonderful. Get that down there. Break all of this. Then we do this, this, right? 1, 2, 3. Bam. Perfect. We go 1, 2, 3. Wait, why do I have an extra sticky piston? I don't understand. Alright, nice. Is that a sword? Jesus Christ, dude. I don't feel like I deserve a... Why? Why, though? I don't understand. Okay. So if I place one here, right. Well, I should probably arm all of these. So I need to break all the... Okay, but now I know how to fix that in the future. That's nice. I don't need to tear them all down, I just need to line them up more or less. And then I can reconnect them afterwards. Dog dot. So I think Sawcell went out on vacation, so we're not really gonna see him around much these next couple of days. As far as the other people, I don't know, but I'm sure they're probably just busy, you know. It's we all have things going on in our lives, exams and such. It's especially this time of year. Okay. Before we head back for another pot, I think we are just... it's over here. I'm just going to go like this and this. Did I seriously forget to put the TNT in? Yeah, I know. I know. I'm disappointed myself too. Okay, put in the TNT. Check. Check. Ah, my God, so many. As I said, I have been having some very, very long days, and it's clearly taking effect now. I have become old. I have become older. Let's put it like that, actually, instead. That makes me feel... Well, actually, that doesn't make me feel any better. Huh. I'm reaching uncle status? Or would you... What is is that uncle, or is it short for uncle, or whatever? Yeah, nah, that's, it would have been fair to, notify me of, I'd rather that you look stupid than I do. I suppose. That's the moral of the story. I'd rather that you look stupid than I do. Isn't that a wonderful moral of the story, though? You're stupid, I'm not. I should be ashamed. I am shameless. Alright, at least this way. Alright, so now I just need to connect... Is it all connected up? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, hello. So I add that in there. That extends all the way. Wonderful. Okay. And then we go get some more night vision, because it's too damn dark in here. Where did we put those? Ah, right there. Nice. Is that witch seriously gonna come for me? Sir, do you have any idea how rude that is? Yeah, fire resist isn't gonna help you much against me. Oh my, a child. Oh my, another child. Are we done? I think so. Nice. Ah, we're not done. Alright, the battle continues. Are we done? Alright, we're done. Nice. Works like a charm. I'm not sure it's a good XP farm, but I mean, we are getting XP, so I mean, I'll grant you that. No, sir. No, sir. Diamonds. I'll just take a look all the way down to make sure everything is good. I don't like that particular piece there. Redstone, I really should, but I'm not gonna, because, I mean, I'm too old for that. We are gonna pick up the gold, because I do actually want some raw gold blocks at some point. I do like, I actually absolutely adore the raw gold, or the raw ore blocks that they've made. I actually think that those were like a wonderful addition to the game. Hey, it's him. Welcome. I wish, man, I wish. It's been a long while since I was 20, but Tim is one of the new regulars. At least he's been here for the last 6 or 7 streams consistently. So, I mean, darn, lava. Oh, gold. And that's like the raw gold is something we are not getting from our gold farm. Creeper, I'd rather not. Wee. Alright, please tell me that it is only a little bit of lava that I missed. But this is not a big deal. I don't think this is a big deal. That's wonderful. How long has it been since you were on my stream? Nah, I think it's like... No, don't you dare blow up. Fuck! I apologize for the profanity. I'm sorry, but... What else are we gonna need for this? That survived. I might need some slime. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so... Light block. Observer. Boom, boom. Yeah, to be fair, my channel is not marked family friendly. I just try to be most of the time. But when something really bothers me, I wanna be able to use my my non-family friendly channel marked thing, so I can use profanity. Did that work? I think it did. Alright, lights off, this on, and we continue. I suppose. Oh. I'm fine. I am fine. This is all good. Alright, I think... I wonder what that was. I think I need just a couple of minutes looking at something very specific for a little while here. Surely this is gonna help my anger issues. Watching creepers trying to escape from their inevitable doom. Little pricks, man. Little pricks. This helps the rage. I'll say it again, so get ready. Not right now, but I'll say it eventually. Trust me. And I imagine when we die in this world, I will probably utter a few profanities. Like a lot. I'll show you a toxic side of myself you'll never have seen. There's a chance you might never see it again. Because the further we get into this world, the more I start to care for it. The more I fear that I might just quit Minecraft and streaming completely if we, or rather, when we die. So I guess it sort of depends on how I take our death when it eventually comes. Ah, this is satisfying though. Just what the doctor ordered. Seeing these pointless creepers die over and over and over. I wish I could set a statistic to see how many creepers each of these campfires and the lava source had murdered. Like, I wish that was a statistic you could do. Because that would be so goddamn awesome, not gonna lie. I would absolutely adore that. To know how many creepers have, how many creepers have I killed in this world? Only 700? Huh. That's pretty wild. I like that idea. A torture chamber for creepers sounds bloody brilliant, dude. Not gonna lie. Damn. You say you got his back, but you're the one who banned him, and then Kiwi de-opt him. Damn. I should. Huh. I mean. You're gonna find their house. Oh, wait, hold on. This sounds a little bit too ominous, Kiwi. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that would be super convenient, wouldn't it, Kiwi? I have a creeping suspicion that he might be. Back for round 2? What do you mean? Ah, right, yeah, I totally just pointed Pac-Man. Sure, go ahead, ask away, Pickle. Am I ever going to play Rocket League? Alright, Pickle, just between you and I, right? Just between you and me. Like, the rest of you, turn off your headsets. Just between you and I, right? I have played Rocket League. Alright, everyone can turn their headsets back on. No, it doesn't, Kiwi. Oh, sorry, Pickle. It doesn't. Never again. I think, honestly, like, it's not my kind of game. I thought it was sort of boring. No, like, it's not. Anything? It's not anything against. Yeah, probably. It's just if it's not fun to play while you're bad, why would I proceed? Why would I put in the time to get good at it? Like, let's say Counter-Strike 2, right? Is fun to play even if you're a noob. League of Legends, or at least to me, right? League of Legends is fun to play even if you're a noob. Maybe even more so when you're a noob, right? Like there's a lot of games that are super fun to play when you're a noob and you haven't like played it or don't know what you're doing and it's still fun to play. I don't have that allure with yeah, no, you can't spam. No spamming. Do I have Bedrock? I do, because everyone who has Java also has access to Bedrock, which I actually find kind of like super weird. That if you buy Java, you get Bedrock. If you buy Bedrock, you don't get Java. I'm just saying, that's dumb. Okay, yeah, you're allowed to. You're allowed to try and entice me to try Rocket League, but do know that it's very likely not going to work. You really shouldn't spam anyone, Pac-Man. Oh, hold on. That's gonna require some catching up. Give me a second. Deltarune. Oh, wait, what is Deltarune is? Like, I have looked at it. Give me a second. Ah, right. Yeah, nah, it's not my sort of game. While it reminds me of Stardew Valley, like pure graphics wise, I'm not really too much into the 2D games. That get boring after a while. Keyword most. Rocket League is the opposite. It gets well, but that's the same with CS:GO, League of Legends, and most of the other massively played online games. And like I did try to hype myself into playing it because I remember I was like it's a while back that I tried it, to be fair. And to be fair, I don't think I gave it a good shot. Let me just see how long have I played Rocket League? I have played Rocket League for exactly 3 hours. So like I did watch some videos because like my first impression was this is pretty shit. So I tried watching some videos to like try and get into it. That didn't work, and like I gave it a shot because I had a girlfriend at the time that was really into Rocket League. She turned out to be super toxic. So I mean, I'm just saying, most of the people I know that play Rocket League are super toxic. Um, oh no no no! Like if you all spam, I'll just like end stream. Besides, I'll end stream soonish too. Um, I have to go in about what time is it? Oh, I have to go in about 20 minutes. I might even go sooner than that. Um, yeah, I mean, it's I have sort of a strict policy. The great thing about not living, like not being a streamer full time, or earning any money from it, is that I can say I don't care. I'm just gonna go offline, right? Uh, if it was necessary for me to do, if it was necessary, if it was the way I made all my money, or any money for that matter, it'd be more difficult to just say, yeah, well, then I'm not going to stream. But seeing as like I am perfectly free to do whatever, um, I have that sort of advantage. You can send tips. What sort of tips? You can sue me for what exactly? Emotional damage? Me ending stream? Or saying that a lot of Rocket League people are toxic? There is a super chat function. Um, I don't think you can use it though. Although I'm not sure. Oh, damn. Well, no. No, no, no. As someone who's studying up for law school, you actually can't, but you're more than welcome to waste your money and try. Welcome back, Pac-Man. Well, send me money because I'm being mean. I can be, Alright, see you later, Pac-Man. Have a wonderful day, yeah? We're probably just gonna spend the rest of the stream watching the creepers die. Well, Pickle, I likely won't be here when you come back then, because I'm leaving in about 15 minutes. So. Well, Steam will be over by then. I can guarantee that. Well, then you'll have to spam Twitch chat or the stream chat, because I really don't have the time right now, I must admit. Today's sort of a tight schedule. I know, right? Such fun interactive gameplay. Me lying underneath the solid block watching creepers come to slowly go towards their deaths. But I must admit, this is just what the doctor ordered after it blew up my machine for the second time. Like, I just need to watch this for a little bit, you know? Yeah, isn't it? Oh wait, I could probably do this a little bit nicer though. So if I like crawl in straight here, turn around and look up. Why am I sprawled like that? There we go. Wait, what if happens if I look upwards? That doesn't help much. I don't think so, Kiwi. I think it's just the two of us right now. The two of us and the mountain of creepers slowly burning to death. Um, cause I already have a hoe. It's already named. Kiwi, I'm sorry. But, I already made someone else my hoe. Hey, Sawzall. Aren't you supposed to be on vacation? But, welcome, man. Though stream is not gonna last an awful lot longer. So, I mean... Oh yeah. Indeed, indeed. Wait. The context isn't that my machine got blown up once. It's that it got blown up twice. That's the context of this. So, I mean, that's sort of, there's more to it than that, just that. Well, I mean, that sounds like an is you, not an is me, you know? Yeah. Hmm. So, in the light of having my life ruined, no. In the light of being slightly annoyed with creepers, I decided to go to the creeper farm and just watch them die for an hour. That seemed like the appropriate countermeasure. Slightly, yeah, that it seems like a slightly slightly sort of thing. I wonder how much gunpowder we've gotten from this. Pretty decent amount too. What have you been up to, Salsa, on your vacation, though? I think that is a perfect way to end stream today, because, as I said, the stream won't last much longer. The best day of your life. That's a pretty bold statement, but I'm very happy that that you had a wonderful day, so. Well, everything has to come an end. Ah, right, yeah. I mean, that is what makes life nice, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of things in life that's fun, but the best part of life is usually with other people, isn't it? Anyway, I can't drag this a lot longer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say thank you so much for watching. I had an absolute brilliant time with you guys. That's with you guys because the game sucked today, but hey, whatever. I really appreciated talking to you guys. It was good fun. So I hope to see you again hopefully tomorrow, though my week is really packed. Actually, the next 2 weeks are really packed. So I'm sort of hoping that I get more time, but there's a good chance that streams might be pretty short going forward, at least for the next 2 weeks. We'll see. But anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I'm very happy to hear that, Soulcell, but as I said, I really do have to go. So have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again. Cheerio, and Joe out.